Welcome to episode 4 of the NASCAR Hotspot podcast. We sure unexpected what came into the weekend as unexpected this past weekend after all three national series plus ARCA went to Daytona road course for the first time in their history. Pretty special moment in NASCAR history. Doesn't stop there. This episode will also be going over hot rumors, interesting topics relating to the 2020-2021 silly season, as well as going up north and looking into the Pintys Series return to action this weekend, which sure saw some exciting stuff happen. I'm one of the hosts, Troy, joined by Chris, which y'all are probably
familiar with.
familiar with. And we have two new faces. We have Caden and Nick. So we'll start this off. So how is everyone doing?
I'm fine.
I'm doing pretty good. It's just chilling up here.
All right. Yeah, I'm doing pretty solid. Finally got through Daytona, not the most expected way. So yeah, hey,
Yeah,
time to get her going.
it was definitely some wild show that we saw.
Yeah, it definitely led up to the opportunities for many drivers to get seen that normally don't get seen. So that was good to see. And we got some great rumors and news on top of all that before the weekend even started.
Yeah, some big sponsorship deals that came up in to Bubba Wallace and Richard Petty Motorsports. That is big. It's multi-year deals between Columbia and DoorDash, two big names in the world right now.
Yes, sir.
What
They
about-
definitely. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna talk about the Ryan Preece rumors, but you can go.
Oh yeah, no, it's I mean, those rumors are definitely going to be something to note as well. But the Bubba sponsorship deals are definitely huge, considering they've been needing more sponsorship, and with the news previously throughout the season so far that they've been in talks with multiple, S&P 500 companies, in terms of stock exchange stuff that we're looking into getting in, and there's two of them along with Cash App. That was another big one for them. But yeah, those Ryan Preece rumors are they're interesting so far to hear.
Oh, who do you think will get the 37? I think I could think that we see Chastain. I mean, he is a Chevrolet driver, so I mean that's the only real tie there. But other than that, I think it'd be a wild card like LaJoy or someone like that.
I could see Haley hopping in it. It's another, Chevrolet calling guy who's had a bit more success this year. I mean, I could see it happening. I know Haley's ran some races with Spire in the past. I don't know if Spire gives him an opportunity, but maybe if he's available, they pick him up.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a topic. I'm thinking. I heard a couple big rumors that LaJoy may be going 37, and moving up a couple positions, I guess. On track as normal from Go Fast to GTG.
Yeah,
They're
that's
about
what
equal teams, aren't they?
this season
I'd
they
say
have been. This season they have
JTG's
been.
probably a little bit better, but like they've been roughly the same this year. So
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes down to equipment because JTG's getting their equipment from Hendrick or they have a technical alliance with them. So, but in terms of who I think is going to get there, I've heard LaJoy's name a lot. I think that might be a for sure thing, especially with the situation with how Briscoe is getting a lot better. It seemed this entire season in the Xfinity Series, he's just been dominant along with Cindric, and those are two Ford guys. So who knows where that's going to go? But I think that'd be Briscoe's ride next season, depending on what happens with SHR's silly season and how their free agency goes, depending on who they keep and don't keep. But in terms of Preece, I've heard that he could go down to the 98 car and run Stuart Haas's Xfinity car next season.
Yeah, that's definitely a place that he certainly is can go. He's still like a solid driver. He can perform easily and get some wins in Xfinity, but he's especially this year he struggled a lot in Cup. He may need to go down and take some more notes before moving up to another ride in Cup.
Yeah, I see Priest being maybe like an Allgaier kind of guy. Like I don't see him having a great top ride in car cup, but if he's gonna have a good ride anywhere, it will be an Xfinity. And if he does happen to stay in the 37 or 47 or whatever he's in, I don't see him contending for wins anytime soon.
Yeah,
It's not at that level.
we've seen Priest run with Junior in the past. You know, the 8 car's been shared with a few drivers. I could potentially see him going back there, covering most of the season, and then, you know, if Dale wants to come back and do a couple of races, he could do a few and maybe get some other guys in there. That's another opportunity I could see him pursuing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's probably the most likely option, I'd say, honestly, because they both have ties to Junior. So
Yeah, that 8 car has really become a rotating door of guys basically throughout the season. It's been nice to see a couple of them have really good runs, and then with Junior's one race a season that it's turned into, it's nice to still see him racing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice.
yeah,
So let's start off with the races this weekend. We started out with ARCA. Pretty much everyone thought that they were gonna like ride Keselowski into turn one. But they didn't. They made it through the first corner, and the race is mostly without incident.
Yeah, it was definitely it seemed like a very quiet race. I mean, it seems like the past couple of ARCA races in general, it seems just that everyone's been getting better besides like maybe one or two incidents throughout the race, but it seems like all the drivers in that series have just gotten better at running their equipment without messing up, and it was definitely good to see them handle the road course the way they did and not be the meme that is the ARCA series that it has been lately.
yeah, I totally thought they were gonna pile up in turn one. Let's be honest, Arca is probably Arca is the, I guess, least talented of the 4 main NASCAR series, and so I think we all kind of just expected them. They were either gonna have a boring race or they were all gonna die in turn one. So
We got something kind of in the middle. Ty Gibbs and Michael Self was definitely the main talk of the race.
Oh yeah.
They battled each
Oh,
other
yeah.
all race, from start to finish. And yeah, ended up with Michael Self coming up on top over the how old is Ty? Like 17?
17. Yeah, he's almost
pretty
18.
young, pretty young.
Yeah, I definitely see him having a future at Gibbs sometime. I mean, it's
yeah.
for sure.
I mean, with all
Yeah.
the negative talk about Herps, that's a car I could see Gibbs filling next year.
I wouldn't be surprised. Herbst is something else, man.
I would
Wow, and that's coming from a
topic.
diehard Toyota fan. So
yeah. I would see Gibbs going to KBM first. That seems to be how the Toyota camp or the TRD especially runs there.
He's
NASCAR
definitely
teams.
going through
For
that ladder that like guys like Bell and Burton and Eckes is going through.
yeah, I could see Eckes honestly taking the 18 if Herbst just does not have a good season, but that's off topic.
Yeah.
I think Colin Braun deserves some praise. You know, he came home third after coming in partway through the race. I think he wasn't. I mean, he kind of knew that he was going to be coming in with Meyer's hand injury, but I think it's always hard to come in mid-race and do as well as he did.
Yeah, he definitely had a tough task on his hand made through the race with the car that I guess wasn't set up for him exactly, and he didn't have that much experience in like an actual stock car at the road course, so he definitely deserves some notice.
Yeah, the one advantage he did have though is that, you know, he's raced on that track more than I think almost anyone has the whole weekend with IMSA. So I feel like maybe he did have the advantage with the track, but I still think it's quite impressive to do what he did.
Yeah, with the use of the race break, that definitely helped with them in terms of not losing much ground. I mean, during the race break, they don't lose any ground as long as they can do everything they can in 5 minutes. So that was definitely impressive to see someone has no stock car experience at all. I can't remember if he's done any type of stock car racing at all. But no,
Yeah,
to see him come.
He used to run in the Nationwide series back in the day.
Oh, jeez, I don't even know how long ago that would have been then.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like
I know
that would have been
10 or
that would,
years.
Yeah, 9, 10 years ago. So that was a long time.
31 Xfinity starts between 2007 and 2010, and 53 truck starts between 2007 and 2011. You got a win in truck.
Where's the winner?
Michigan
At
2009.
Michigan. Wow.
Oh,
He was
wow,
running
that's
for Roush. He was in the
Roush.
Oh, I
I mean,
mean, Rush truck.
that's when Roush was good, like really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen what Roush has turned into the past 7 years, but that's another topic for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely is. So for a second, let's go up to the Pintys Series, which made their return to racing for the season.
hmm They definitely showed off. I mean, there wasn't a lot of drivers. There was only 13 in the field, like we were talking about prior to recording. But they definitely showed that short track racing that all the people in the States love to see, and they put it in full effect, especially at the end of that first race. It came down to green, white, checkered, and the two leaders took themselves out in 3 and 4. One of them, what was it? Hathaway dominated the race, got spun entering 3, and then I forgot who was driving the 74, but he got spun around real quick too. And LP, I hope I'm saying the name right, Dumoulin?
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah.
He ended up winning the first race due to the race off of 4 side by side. So that was sweet to see that, catching those highlights.
Yeah, I was really pleased with the races this weekend for the Pinty Series because they've been to Sunset in the past, and to be honest, they were pretty bad races. We'd have Alex Tagliani dominate the whole time with lapping almost the whole field, and I felt like
Yeah.
maybe Tagliani being at the truck race was part of the equation, but I feel like it was a lot better racing than what they typically produce.
Yeah, Sunset normally just isn't overall the best racing that I've ever seen. It's pretty okay, but like it's nothing that you stand up and say, "Yes, let's go to Sunset."
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed, honestly, to see it back on the schedule. I just think it's a bit small for the Pinty Series. I don't think that it necessarily lends itself well to a series that large, but I feel like the
Yeah.
shortened field probably helped it as well.
Oh yeah, it definitely helped. If it was a bigger field, it would have been a cluster, holy.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, dude,
But
13 cars racing around that looked like it was still, and it doesn't look like it's a very big track at all.
Yeah, it's
it's extremely small. I'm not
I'll
sure the
find how
exact
big it
length.
is.
Yeah, it's pretty small though. Also, Trayton Lapsevich did quite a good job in his
Yeah,
Pinty's debut.
Lapsevich,
I think
he's
yeah, he looks good. I think he got the deal done Friday, I think, so like a day before the races to
Wow.
come in and drive for Scott Steckley. But yeah, he's my age. Yeah, he's 16, and he grew up racing at Sunset, so I'm not surprised he really did too well here. But I
Yeah,
mean,
that
it's still
explains
obviously
the
impressive to pick up on it that quickly.
second and fourth place finish, in both races.
Yeah, I remember showing up to Sunset a few years ago, and Lapsich was like 13 or 14, and he was contending for the series
oh yeah.
points in their division. It was pretty impressive.
Lapsevich is, I think, if he had the money, which I mean he does have some money, but if he actually got a chance at a top, maybe even an ARCA ride, I think he could do something. Lapsevich is impressive. Like really, I've been watching him last 5 years. He's been really good.
Yeah, so was Caden. I felt so bad that team had to shut down. It was a family-run
Yeah,
team,
Caden
and
Lapsevich was good too.
they had Tim Hortons sponsorship throughout since the grandfather
Dude.
was racing, and then Tim Hortons pulled themselves from the team, and they had to sell their car. So I think last year Caden was doing some late model races in the States, but it's good to see them back because obviously they're a very talented family.
Yeah.
Trayton had a deal lined up with Kerry Mix's team to do a few select ovals. I'm not sure if that deal is still happening now with the shortened season, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see him back maybe in that car for the last 4 races of the year.
That'd be interesting. And then from one race to the next, the winner in the first race, he had engine troubles. I heard his engine caught on fire 35 laps in, which, that's never a good way to go about after, race right before that you won. And then Hathaway went and dominated the second race again, nearly just as much as the first, leading 101 laps this time, and just went out and won the thing.
Yeah, Jason
So-
Hathaway, definitely
Yeah.
one of the best oval races in the series. Sorry, I'm glad to see him get a win. He retired actually at the end of the 2017 year. He came back, did a couple races in 2018, and then came back to full time last year. And I think he got a couple wins, which is good to see. But again, another surprising guy on the podium, Connor James. He's only done a few Pintys Series races in his life, and he came out and his car was beat up. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I saw a picture of it, but he still managed to finish second with missing a lot of parts on the front of the car.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that. His whole front end was just completely gone. Like, that was wild to see, but short track racing, right?
Yeah, also
Yeah.
a 1-2 for Ed Hackinson's team. They managed to finish strong last year. We saw Brett Taylor get a win at Jakarta at the end of the year, and I think they might be the team to beat this year. I think they're one of the only 2-car fields in the team, or 2-car teams in the series. Sorry, and yeah, they look like the team to beat so far.
Yeah, it'll definitely be impressive to see. I mean, especially after watching him dominate, the 2 races this weekend. Definitely should have been 2 wins, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, go out and win that second one if you don't get the first one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And,
it's definitely a comeback there.
Then from north of the border, we'll head back down south, all the way back down to Daytona, and bring up that Xfinity race that had its moments.
Yeah.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
definitely
Where do I start?
Yeah, it's probably the craziest of
Yeah, it
the
was very
weekend, I
crazy
think.
race.
Oh yeah,
We had a lot of experience through the field. A good bit of inexperience. A lot of road ringers and stuff. It was fun to watch, definitely. But as always, Austin Cindric somehow he just pretty much dominates
He's
with Chase
unbeatable on road
Briscoe.
courses.
Yeah.
dude, the 2 Ford guys when it comes to road courses, and then you throw in AJ. Everyone
They're
else might
just
as well just pack up
insane.
their stuff. Everyone else just
Yeah.
might as well go home. Honestly, it's not even a contest when those 3 show
I don't
up
even
in
think
the
it's a
Xfinity
contest
Series.
between the 3. I think it's a contest between Cindric and if Cindric is going to wreck. Honestly, Cindric is... I don't like the man, but he's definitely a wheelman. He can drive a car, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet Caden's pretty happy that they got most of the road courses out of the way now.
Yeah, dude.
Just think, there's only one more left.
Charlie
Yeah,
Roval, that's the best one. So I mean,
just
that's arguably the best one.
suffer through the Roval, and then you'll be good to go.
What about
Cindric's been winning on ovals this year too, so who knows what's gonna happen?
2 wins? That's nothing.
3.
That's nothing.
I'd like to
3,
point out
same thing.
As much as we talk badly about Herbst, he still managed 7th in the race.
Oh, okay, Herb's got lucky by a lot of
Yeah.
people screwing
Oh,
up.
yeah. Herb spin? Herb spun like twice, didn't he?
Spun
Twice?
I think he pulled
Yeah.
a Nemechek.
Yeah, I was smiling. Not gonna lie.
Daddy's money can only take you so far.
I'm like, this kid ain't getting a top 10 on a road course.
I don't see Herbst coming on the podcast anymore, guys. Sorry,
Charlie. No, there was never a chance of that happening. I do not
hey,
like
if
it.
he's listening to this, DM me. I'll let you on.
What about all 3 Collie cars having troubles?
Oh,
I mean, Haley was
wild.
out early. AJ had a penalty early, and Chastain just.
Well,
what even happened?
Chastain had
Chastain
problems
just
about the same
stopped
time
all of a
as
sudden.
Haley.
As
Chastain
Haley.
had something go wrong.
Yeah,
so he fell a couple laps behind.
It all happened within 2 minutes. I remember it was
like
the
same lap. All 3.
Because I remember they showed Chastain slowing, and all of a sudden Haley goes flying. He hit something. He hit the curb, and I'm like, okay, well, there's 2 out of the 3 Collie cars gone. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Allmendinger right after.
Yeah, Allmendinger got a penalty right after that. Like,
Yeah.
what? How do you even manage that?
Oh.
I mean, Allmendinger did well to rebound, though. He got 4
Oh yeah,
assists.
I mean,
We
it's a
knew
road course.
Allmendinger
It's a
was.
road
It was
course.
only
Come on.
what was it? The first stage. We knew Allmendinger was gonna come back.
It's
Yeah.
easy stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Andy Lally, one of my favorite guys, and one of my favorite road course ringers, getting a top 5.
Oh, he backs
Yeah,
up
Andy
another
La-
top 5.
Dude, that top
Andy
10
Lally
in general.
impressed me.
I
That
love
top
Andy.
10, just like, if you're just a casual and don't understand racing, and you see that top 10, you're like, what? And then anyone else that knows racing, they're like, I can see that. Like,
I
I'm
mean,
not surprised by that.
Brandon Jones.
Yeah.
Brandon Jones in second made me go, what?
Okay, yeah.
He takes advantage of restarts. One of the best in the series, I'll say that.
I'd
He's
say
clutch on restarts.
other than like Briscoe and Cindric, the main two, I'd say Brandon Jones is probably the most likely to go to Cup next. Maybe other than Harrison Burton as well. I mean, what were the
Harrison's got a
rumors?
bit of daddy's money too, though. So
Yeah, but
he's
Harrison, I
he's a
think.
great
Burton's
racer.
good, though.
He's a
Yeah,
great
he's good,
racer,
though.
but he's got his name and
What
money
about
backing
Yeah,
him.
but this isn't a straight
said in the-
Brendan Gaughan situation.
who said in the group chat something about like Denny Hamlin buying Richard Petty Motorsports? Was that
Oh,
just
that
a
was
bunch
me.
of?
I was reading that all on I was reading all that on Reddit and Twitter. It wouldn't be Denny. The rumors with all of that going on. This is way off topic, but we'll talk
Say
about
it.
it right
We can
now,
get
and
back
then we'll
on
get back
later,
to the
yeah.
Xfinity. So the big rumor that I saw going around all of Twitter and Reddit the past couple of days was Jordan was looking to Michael Jordan is the celebrity possible endorsement to Richard Petty Motorsports that would
Oh wow!
open up a
I didn't know
second
that.
team. Yeah, that would open up the second team to where Denny would own that car, but he would still drive the 11, and Brandon Jones would end up driving that second car.
That'd be pretty
Oh, well.
crazy if that came off.
That'd be one of the most weird things I've ever seen in NASCAR. Oh
We
my
would
god!
have, we would have
Michael Jordan, like
I mean,
what?
he's from North Carolina.
Michael
He is.
Jordan,
That is
He
true.
kinda-
He
Yeah,
owns the Charlotte Hornets, so
Hey, easy sponsorship right there. Just get the Hornets logo slapped on your car.
I mean,
Cross sports.
yeah, I mean, why not? And then you got but the only interesting part to that would be the Jordan brand and Columbia, because although they don't really go up against each other in terms of any marketing, there are a couple of things. So that'd be the only thing that would make everyone go, But besides that, no, that would be the most wild thing to see if Jordan got involved. I know back in Daytona, he said he wasn't interested in getting, involved in NASCAR in terms of ownership, but maybe he was saying that if he was to start a team, not join one.
Well, with Jordan coming along, like if Jordan were to come a sponsor and all this, which is probably unlikely, I'd say, but this would be a thing? Would Nike jump on? Because, I mean, Nike is a big sponsor, and if Nike were to jump on the 43, that would be, oh my god, that would be something else. That'd be a beautiful scheme nonetheless, but that would be a lot of money rolling in right there.
I think it would be Jordan brand and not Nike, considering that Denny's fire suit is made by Jordan brand. So
Yeah.
that's probably what it would end up being instead of Nike themselves. It'd be his brand, which is still basically a Nike brand. It's just owned by
Michael
them
Jordan
instead
brand.
of just themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be like, if you think about it, let's say we went back, 5 years in time, you look forward at 2020 and you see two teams owned by Michael Jordan and Floyd Mayweather, you'd be.
Oh my god.
Imagine hearing those rumors. Imagine going back 5 years from now or 5 years ago and hearing in 5 years that Michael Jordan and Floyd Mayweather would be getting involved in NASCAR.
Yeah, you can say that about a lot of things. Like Jimmy Johnson's, 2.5 year, 3 year winless streak? Like, no one would believe that at the time.
No.
I mean, I
No one believed Riley Herbst getting an Xfinity ride.
No one
I don't
knew
even
that.
think
We all
anyone
laughed at
knew
it.
Riley Herbst 5 years ago.
Yeah, no one. Besides his family's from what, off-road racing?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
That'd be the only way.
He sure liked
I think he does
off-road
like the
racing.
truck. I don't know what the thing is called when they race dirt on trucks or trucks on dirt.
Well, they do all like the stadium
super
trucks, and then
Yeah,
I know they do.
yeah.
I think they do Baja 1000. I think his dad does or something like that.
Herbs was
So-
never in Stadium Super Trucks. I kind of follow that series because they come to Toronto Indy, but Sheldon Creed was
Yeah.
in that. I will get to
Oh,
that
Sheldon
anytime.
Creed. Sheldon Creed is a beast lately, but we got way off
Finish
topic.
the
We
we
didn't
Yeah,
have
finish
to
gotta
finish the
Xfinity.
Xfinity
Yeah, you
topic.
gotta finish up
Yeah.
what we're talking about Xfinity. Because
Yeah.
we're not even done with that stuff.
No, we're not even halfway through that. We got to. All right, we'll get back up. We got to the beginning of stage 2, and we're going along, and all of a sudden, Grayson spins from the lead.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't. It
Sorry,
does.
but that's just kind of funny.
Oh,
I
does
gotta
it
admit.
surprise you
Something
though?
Gregson,
Gregson,
you would just try too hard.
Yeah, he took
Gregson-
that kink way too hard, and then just. Whoop.
Gregson is a good driver that just makes dumb mistakes sometimes. Like when he wrecked Allgaier at Bristol. Like, come on, man.
Aw.
That's a teammate move.
Yeah, the thing is that there's been so much talk about Gregson moving up to Cup, but I feel like he could
He's
use
not
another,
moving up to Cup.
I feel like he
No.
could use another year to try and like fix some of these mistakes that
He
he's
needs
been
to.
making.
He needs to mature. That's
He's
pretty much
good,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's good, like 75% of the time. But you know, sometimes there's some questionable situations that you notice from him that he can maybe work out with another year.
Yeah.
Well, he looks exactly like how Cindric, his first 2 years or so, he really kind of like
He
made
got
a lot
into
of
it with a
bonehead
lot
moves.
of people.
He made a lot
yeah.
of bonehead moves. This year, he's been a lot better. He still
Yeah.
makes a couple of mistakes, but he's been a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe we could see that from Gregson next year if he does stay, and hopefully he does stay one more year down there.
Yeah, I don't see them moving him up to the 48. I see someone else, but that's off topic. We'll spend 20 minutes on that again, so we'll just leave that for another time.
Yeah, we'll leave that for now. Oh man! Eventually, one of these episodes, we're gonna have to talk about silly season as like a whole, and then
Yeah.
just
That could be
highlight
a-
on whatever
That could
race.
be an
I dips to
episode
be
in
on it.
itself.
I did
Oh,
be on
I'm
it.
down with that.
Yeah.
That could be a whole
What about
hour
the
talking
7
about
ago
that.
restart where everyone just decided to not make the
Oh my
corner?
God.
That was
Totally
crazy.
skips half the race, but
Except Brent.
Wasn't that when Mike Harmon Racing just like stayed out and was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
let's see what
yeah.
happens.
Cars
Yep.
were already passing them by the restart zone.
Yeah.
yeah, or they would have.
I'm-
Well, they would have been. Yeah.
Brandon Jones is cup ready. He made it through that. He's insane. He's the best. I'm telling you, man.
Okay, that's because everyone else in front of him kind of just went right instead of turning. So,
Yeah, I mean,
It
crash
sucks for
avoidance, though,
Briscoe,
that's a
though.
skill.
dude,
Yeah.
Briscoe had him and Cindric were class of the field, hands down. And then that
I've-
restart, Briscoe gets involved in that after.
I think.
Go ahead.
Okay, I
Hello?
think at times Briscoe was better, but I think at times, most of the time, Cindric was definitely better. But if Briscoe got the restart and ended up getting the lead, I think he would have drove away, or it would have been close coming to the line. And it just sucks to see a good car torn up like that. I'm a fan of Briscoe, so it's hard for me not to be upset. But I think he had a great run going for him. It sucks that his car gets torn up, though.
Yeah, they definitely both had. It seemed like whichever one of those two got out front by enough amount, they were the ones that were set
Yeah.
for however long. Because we saw at the end of stage 2, when Cindric did get to him, he got by him for 2 corners, and then Briscoe got back by him. So
Yeah.
it just seemed whichever one was up front was set. And then after that restart, we had, Briscoe getting involved. AJ got involved. A lot of guys got torn up and spun around and all that. Briscoe ended up parking his car. AJ was able to keep going, so that was good to see because it's always nice to see AJ racing no matter what's going on.
Always nice to see at least one of the 3 colleague cars finishing the day.
Yeah,
even though he ended up spinning Allgaier, I mean, like not on purpose, but
Well, that was
yeah.
controversial. I mean, he didn't do it on purpose. We all know that. AJ's not that guy. But like, what even happened? Did he just lock up the brakes and get into the
He wheel
corner?
hopped.
Wheel
He
hopped.
wheel hopped into
Oh,
the
we
corner.
hell hopped.
He was
Yeah.
trying to get
Yeah,
by. He was trying to get
he
by
had
Laley,
nowhere to
and he
go.
just kept going.
It was just
Yeah.
hard racing, pretty much. Racing hard.
Sucks
He
for
he was
Allgaier.
faster than Allgaier.
Well,
And,
yeah.
Yeah.
AJ
mean,
just made
Allgaier-
a desperate move, in that corner and
Yeah,
sent it a little too hard there, bud.
yeah. I think if he could have got to Cindric, that he might have had a chance. If he got around them quick enough, I think it would have been definitely a close finish. But I think Cindric was just that much faster than
Yeah.
the
Just
field.
like Road America. Centric was just overall faster.
Yeah.
Made less mistakes.
Well, AJ. All right, when Chase and Cindric, or when Chase was still in the race, and we had Cindric up there with him, AJ had a good third place car. So I think at best he would have gotten. I don't think he had anything for Cindric.
Oh yeah, he
Because-
didn't have
Yeah, I
anything
have
for
to
Cindric.
agree.
No.
I agree.
Maybe if it got into another overtime, if it got into an overtime restart, and he took the lead in turn one, and then just at least stayed in front of him, maybe he had something. But I think Cindric would have just moved him out of the way at that point.
Cindric would have been like, I have a faster car. Just get out the way.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Classic Cindric
with
fashion.
Cindric, yeah. I mean, it's probably good that happened. I would have been mad if Cindric moved him.
there would have been a
Wouldn't
lot
we
of
all?
people mad. I would have been the only one that would have been like, I'm going to just stay quiet now. But no, and then with that restart after that, Cindric gets in front. Game, set, match, same thing
Yeah,
we've been hearing for the past
another
month
one.
now. Same thing for the past month, basically.
Is Cindric
This
and
dude's-
Briscoe tied in wins? Are they both
Yeah,
at
they're
five?
Yeah, they're
tied
both
now.
at 5 now.
They're tied now.
Yeah, they got to get a start in park car to just spin Cindric out next week.
Be like a Kyle Busch wreck with 2 to go.
No. No.
Maybe Almaden would somehow like wheel hop at Dover and just take out
Hold on.
Cindric.
No, I'm not even going to respond to that one. Anyways,
I think we all
Wheel
wish that would
hop
have
at Dover.
in the past 6 races, this man has made his average finish 1.6 or 1.17.
1.5.
1.17.
Oh yeah, because he does.
Yeah.
What does he have? 4 or
Yeah.
5 wins and then one
5
second
out of the
place
last
finish,
6. 5
Yeah.
out of the last
Yeah.
6, yeah.
and then 1 second place finish. This man, I think right now Briscoe's kind of. I'm not saying he's fallen off, but he's definitely not where Cindric is right now.
He's
Cindric-
met his competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he-
like
I think-
fighting now.
I think once Cindric started winning, that we'd start to see the actual championship battle. Because I think first 12 races of the season, we all knew Briscoe was easily the best, but Cindric got on this roll, and I think he might
Dude,
die
the summer
down.
hit,
and-
the summer hit, and Cindric went, all right,
Well, I
game
mean,
time.
this
I
might
want to be good.
Yeah.
This might be my Briscoe bias, but I think that right now these tracks are just favoring Cindric more. Like we're getting
Oh,
more
yeah.
Oh,
road
yeah.
courses and
Oh yeah.
stuff like
How
that.
many
I feel
road
like-
courses have we had? 2, 3.
We've
we
had
saw Briscoe in Indianapolis, but other
Well,
than
that
it's
was-
all Cindric, yeah.
That was Cindric getting pissed at AJ for,
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
that's
think-
another topic.
I
Yeah, I
think,
don't even know how many laps Cindric led that race. That was
I think as
just,
they start like hitting tracks the second time, we could see guys like Briscoe and Burton kind of making returns.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
see Jones win again.
this
We got
weekend will be
Kansas win,
interesting
that
with
was
the
nice.
doubleheader of Dover.
Yeah,
So that'll be.
doubleheader.
Yeah.
I'll be.
We're gonna
happy
do
as long as-
predictions at the end, right?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
be
we
doing
always do
predictions at
those,
the
yeah.
end.
Okay. I was just
Yeah.
checking.
It's all good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
move on from Xfinity finally.
Finally.
Sunday afternoon, we had trucks. This was
Yeah.
going to be a wild one. Not much, except
Yeah.
Alex Tagliani, which we thought was just going to take the lead and just gone into the sunset. But no, he had to work for
Yeah, I
any
mean,
good position.
Even last year in Canada, when Tagliani has so much road course experience, especially at that track. Moffitt was just like his car and the truck.
Yeah.
He was just so much better. So I felt that we could potentially, if there was a car that was so much more dominant, we could see that happen. But I wasn't expecting it to be as tough as it was for him to work his way through there.
Yeah, I think everyone expected that to be near the level of ARCA's expectation heading into the weekend, and then it didn't really seem like much happened in terms of multi-truck incidents or anything really for that
the
matter.
race itself wasn't bad by default. It just didn't have anything to offer. Like, I think most people would have rather to watch the Daytona Oval. I personally would have, but I'm not gonna get into that.
It can't be as good as Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. It's the
Oh
best
yeah, it
track
can't
on
be.
the
Canadian
schedule.
CTMP is the best track on the schedule.
Best track on the schedule, definitely.
Not because I'm from Canada or anything, but because of that.
Yeah, all these dirt people are gonna be mad.
That's definitely not the case.
Yeah, all these dirt fans are gonna be mad. They're like, "What about Eldora?" It's like, no.
Oh no, because I went to
Eldora's
Eldora last year.
overrated.
I went to Eldora last year. That was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun in person. I don't know about TV, but it's a lot of fun in person.
Eldora is
just get
overrated.
blasted by dirt.
It's cool. It's a cool concept, but I just don't think it's the best race.
It would be cooler with that start freezing.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
Hey, no, Stuart freezing's too good.
Yeah, I get you guys are from Canada, but no, when he races,
you're not slipping Stuart Friesen slander past us.
What about Zane Smith blowing the first corner?
Oh, dude, that was
first corner.
The first corner of the race. He's just like, all right, controller, disconnect.
Yeah, and he never really recovered from it, unfortunately.
No.
I mean, he got...
Yeah, it wasn't like Chase Elliott 2019 Roval. He just stayed in the back. He said, well, my day's done.
Well, I mean, I feel like if he makes that corner, we could have seen him do quite well. It seemed GMS had their setup on point.
Oh yeah.
They got 3 cars in the top 6. I feel like Zane probably could have been up there if he didn't screw up right away.
The first stage, though, was pretty just lackluster. I mean, Brett Moffitt.
After stage 1, I was expecting it to be exactly the same as Canada last year. I thought we were going to see Moffitt wreck again. Like, not wreck, I mean wreck like Dominic.
It sucks for Moffitt. He's been, ever since he got that championship that one year, I think it was 2018, he just hasn't had it. He doesn't look like a championship contender. I mean, he looks good, but he hasn't been looking like a championship contender. I wanted to see him win, but I mean, our winner at that race was good too. I mean, I'm not complaining.
I think that's unfair to Moffitt. He had his moments last year. This year hasn't been good, but last year he still won quite a few races. He just couldn't get it.
Well, you say he's not a championship contender, yet he's, when you don't factor in wins, he's second in the points.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's been extremely consistent. He just hasn't had multiple shots in the end.
Yeah. He has the speed, but he hasn't like closed the deal yet.
Yeah, he can't close it. He can't lead like a lot of laps in a race. Like guys.
Who's leading the points? Austin Hill?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, great. That's cool.
I don't know why you guys don't like Hill.
Hey, come on, he's a Toyota driver. I thought you're supposed to like them all, aren't you?
I mean, I don't like terrible herbs, and I mean, I don't like Hill. Hill just annoys me for some reason. I just don't like him.
I don't mind Hill. I don't get the Hill hate.
I lost some respect for him. Way acted in like a couple weeks in a row last summer.
Yeah.
Trucks. I kind of lost.
He was a bit. He was a bit crybaby.
I don't hate him. Yeah, I don't hate him, but like he's definitely not one of my favorites.
He's always been meh. He's never been a guy that I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's one like, oh.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those. Just all right, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
moving on. Next race. No, and then but with the GMS guys. Sheldon Creed takes the second stage? Yeah. After Ekis again spins from the lead, and Crafton decided. What did Crafton do? Oh no, Crafton blew the backstretch chicane. Yeah. So Creed took advantage of that.
Ekis has been so good too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he needs a win.
He's due to win. I feel.
I probably pick him to win Dover, not because of any stats or anything, just because he needs a win.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely be up there.
He'll be up there, that's for sure. He'll definitely be in there. I mean, all the like top guys will be in contention because the trucks the top guys don't really separate themselves from each other. They're all kind of right there.
Yeah,
Like
in terms of points as well, they're all like right there.
There's no clear favorite for the championship yet.
Oh,
Well,
no, not
I
at
feel
all.
like the only reason that happens is because Kyle Busch comes in for like 5 races a year and just wins them all. I feel like if we saw, like,
Yeah,
He
and
did
we've seen
this
that. And he
year.
hasn't
if we
done
removed
anything, really.
him
He
and
won, what, one race?
okay, yeah, that's true. But
And
I
it
mean,
got
typically,
disqualified, didn't it?
Nah,
no,
that's
Xfinity.
No, that was the
Oh, that was
Xfinity race.
Xfinity. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
typically we see the truck points be closer because there isn't really room for someone to dominate, especially like way back in the day when you had Harvick and Busch. It was like
Oh, yeah.
very hard for the truck racers to get wins.
Oh, their playoff is extremely, like,
it's tight.
it's tight.
It opened up a bit, but after Kraus blowing an engine, having a couple mistakes, and Gillen having alternator issues, and then Anchorhead getting a top 5. I mean, actually, she got 6. He still had a big point stay. It's closed it up a lot. Ankram's at 5 points. Todd has got 2 points over Kraus. It's close every position.
Yeah, it's definitely it's going to be exciting these next couple of weeks because you have nearly 4 short tracks, but Darlington, it's the length of one, but it really doesn't race like one at all.
They're going to have no practice, so either way, it's going to be like a race that's definitely going to be hard for them.
Oh, yeah. So they got 4 short tracks, basically, and then they're going to Bristol for the first round of their playoff, or first race of their playoffs. So that's gonna be 5 races in a row to watch from them because
Bristol's always a good race at the Truck Series race. Oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
Well, and then they're going to Richmond for the first time.
Oh, I love
Ever?
Richmond.
Truck's going the
that'll be
first
good.
time,
That'll
first
be
time ever at Richmond, or has it been X amount of years?
I think it's been X amount of
years.
I think they raced it in 2001. It was definitely early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah. Let's say.
Let's check it. Last time they raced there, 2005.
Wow,
Same
that
thing.
long ago.
Yeah.
That's my birthday.
That'll be that's going to be.
That's 15
they're gonna
years.
have some great races. It's going to be great to see them doing that. But in terms of the end of the truck race,
Sheldon Creed getting in the lead.
Sheldon Creed, back to back.
I'm not saying he's not a bad driver, but I mean, I think he's really good. I just don't see him as a championship full-on contender right now. I think there are many drivers.
He's not there yet.
I think there are just drivers who have been better than him consistently. Like you have Zane Smith, Moffitt, Hill, Rhodes, Eckes, who are all ahead of him on points, even though Eckes, Rhodes, and Moffitt don't even have any wins, and Zane Smith and Hill have only 1 win. So
yeah, it's definitely provides that factor of what can happen versus what will happen. But it's the playoffs. We'll see what happens. They shake up everything.
Can happen, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Creed after the first round is probably going to need a win to get past that.
yeah,
I could see him making it on points through the first round, but after that.
Yeah, he'll have to win, or someone will have to have 3 bad races or like blowing it.
Also, I'd like to point out, just because me and Katie are on here, Rafael Lessard.
Yes, sir.
He finally showed up this year.
Oh, damn time.
Something.
Dude,
he's 13th in points.
He's still young.
Yeah, he is young, but I mean, it's a Toyota truck.
How long has he been racing for? He's in a KBM truck, and how many years has he been doing part-time now?
He ran part-time for them last year. He ran better in part-time than he did full-time this year. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
did some races with DGR Crosley last year. I'm wondering if that might be a better fit for him. I don't think KBM's going to dump him, but I think potentially.
I mean, they probably will. It's KBM.
Kyle
they'll bring
Busch,
up someone else.
Well, I mean,
they'll probably bring up Ty Gibbs because he'll be 18. So.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on where Eckes goes. If Eckes potentially moves up, I don't see it happening, but you never know.
I just want to point out some drivers that are below the cut line in points and truck series. But
Oh,
you can
hold up!
finish, Nick.
You totally just brought out your Canadian when you said "out" just now.
Say it again.
He doesn't want to
Like-
now.
What
I hate
about-
when Americans bring this up?
Yeah. What about Johnny Sauter in 14th and Stuart Friesen in 15th? The year
Oh my
they're
God.
having.
What has even happened?
For
Disappointment.
Sauter's obviously been bad, but you also have to factor in the disqualification. That obviously hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
even
doesn't help
Stuart
that he
Friesen-
seems like he's tearing
Stuart
up a lot
Friesen
of
just had
equipment.
straight bad luck.
I mean, he
Yeah.
got top 10 this
I feel
weekend,
like
so-
most of his things aren't like crashes. It's always been like mechanical issues.
Yeah.
It's not his fault or whatever.
I wanted him to win the Truck Series championship last year. That would have been sweet.
Yeah, instead we saw how the
Yeah.
system can be broken. But anyway, no, I think a lot of it has been Friesen's team getting used to running Toyota equipment because didn't he run Chevy last year and previous years?
Yeah.
They've been running Chevy, and they decided to switch to Toyota. The second, like, actually got championship
affiliated?
contending team.
With KBM or no?
I don't know if they have an alliance.
I think so. I think I remember hearing that.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing them that they got like a small alliance. I don't think it's like Joe Gibbs Furniture Row kind of thing, but it's more like a
No.
Joe Gibbs Levine kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that didn't work out well for Levine. I don't want Friesen.
Yeah, let's not even bring that
I
up.
don't want
That's
Friesen to go.
Oh.
Kyle Busch taking all of Friesen's money. What? All right. Anyway,
Should we move on to the Cup now, or like?
yeah, that's probably not a
Yeah.
bad idea. We spent
Yeah,
a lot
I
of time
talked
talking
about
about
it.
everything.
I talked
Well,
about the
I-
Canadians. I'm good.
I want to talk about this. What about JGR dominating the first stage? Wow, that was something I love to see.
Yeah, what happened to the rest of it though?
Yeah, I don't think you enjoyed the rest of it
That-
as much.
We're gonna
Yeah,
knock you
shut
back
up.
down to reality real quick.
I just want to add, everyone was like, "Oh, everything about experience and everything." It surely, I don't think it meant a lot in the end.
I
After
mean, we
watching
saw
the race,
Jimmy Johnson and McDowell have great runs, and they've both run
it
it.
meant a lot there, but like Chase Elliott never stepped foot on that track. But
And then he
won.
just-
and then Hamlin, he probably never stepped foot on that track, and
No, I don't think he did.
led a lot of the race.
Well, I mean, I don't know, like, I'd say like 4 out of every 5 guys haven't been on the track. It's not like a huge deal that he hadn't. I was thinking, Kyle Busch went on it for the 24 hours, but he's one of the only guys that actually had. Let me see.
Yeah.
James
Yeah, they hyped-
Davison might have, but I mean, he's not a.
Yeah, he
contender
has.
win.
Yeah, he's not gonna compete for a win. And I can't even remember if he was running Spire or Rick Ware or what
He
team.
was Rick Ware. I haven't pulled up.
Rick
He was
Ware.
driving the 51.
Okay, yeah, I was
I
saying.
mean,
And then Kyle got hyped up way too much. Like, I mean, he ran good at first, and then he had the problems happen.
I don't know why they hyped him up so much, man. I mean, it's 2020. He was bound not to have a good race, no matter what, no matter how experienced he is at the
Yeah.
track. I just don't think he would have
And
got
no
it done in the
track.
end.
I mean,
I-
new track, no practice. The experience still probably wouldn't have done
I mean,
anything
I'm not-
to his luck that he's had this.
I like Kyle Busch, but I'm saying I think practice really hurts him. Like, it
Oh, he said
really
it.
hurts him and Adam
Yeah.
Stevens. It just, you see, if they have a bad qualifying, they just change the car. But with no qualifying, no practice, they just go in blindsided. And we saw at Michigan where he had a good run. But other than Michigan and Kansas, I can't remember the last time we mentioned Kyle Busch being a threat in a race. He led, 5 laps at Bristol earlier?
Oh,
So,
he
I
led
mean-
100 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh,
yeah,
he
he
let-
led quite a few at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about
He
that.
won a
but
stage
yeah,
at Kansas. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's his only
his
playoff
only
point of the year.
stage point. I think if Kyle Busch has a round of 16 at last year, bro, he's done. Playoff points aren't saving him this time.
Dude,
Yeah,
think-
without playoff points last year, he wouldn't have made it past the round of 16.
He didn't deserve to make it past the round of 16. Therefore, Martin Truex Jr. would have won the championship. But
Oh,
Anyway,
let's move on.
Oh, Chase would have also. Oh wait, no.
Nah, Chase
Yeah,
is bad.
to
No one
stop
cares about
Joey.
Chase.
No,
Just
Joey
don't.
Logano would have made the championship.
Yeah, Joey would have made the
I
Final
didn't.
Four if
I
that was the
didn't.
case.
I swear if he won the championship again, I would have been so mad.
Aw.
Believe me, I was mad in 2018.
I mean, he did.
Yeah, but like your guy actually won a title the year before.
Okay,
You can't say
if he
every-
did win the championship, maybe he
It would have
would
been a
have
fluke.
like a slump.
Fluke.
Maybe he would have the slump that Kyle had this year. So it doesn't make it as bad.
I don't know.
I
Joey
think
does
I
the
think
same
it's
thing
practice.
every year. Joey does the same exact thing
Yeah,
every year.
yeah, he wins two to three races a year. 2 races early on, and they're probably either Vegas, Dega, or Michigan races. And then he's non-existent. I mean, he's good throughout the rest of the season, but he's not competing for wins. And then
Just
all of a
think,
sudden, he
still
just
has one
shows
more
up in
win
the
to get this year.
yeah, and then he shows up in the playoffs, not in the round of 16, not in the round of 12, but in the round of 8. And it's either he gets in or he doesn't get in.
He'll be
Also,
like right there at the line.
2015 was a good year for him. Holy, I forgot about that. He swept all races at the round of 12. Was it Charlotte, Kansas, and Talladega? 3 most controversial
talk
races
about
of the whole
Talladega.
season.
Yeah,
We
and
don't
then
mention Talladega on this. Talladega 2015. We don't mention on this podcast.
well, and then he made it
Martinsville was
to.
pretty good that year.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
No, it
Martinsville.
wasn't.
That's
I
one of my
hated that
favorite
race.
races.
That
Yeah,
was one
same.
of the dumbest moves I've ever seen in racing.
Brought it onto
Wow,
himself.
that
He
was.
brought it onto himself. That's
I was so
karma. It's
happy.
fine.
And it
I was
ended
so happy
well.
when he did that.
But imagine if McMurray would have bumped Jeff Gordon out of the way.
Dude,
for that win and
I was
won that.
screaming for McMurray to win. McMurray was like my second favorite at the time. Oh, I miss McMurray.
I would have been so mad.
He
if
said
did
he
that.
said in an interview last year that like he wanted like back up and try to like bump Gordon out of the way in 3 and 4, but it wasn't close enough. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but,
see
like,
that.
if
that's
you ruined
just-
the whole entire planet and just bumped Jeff Gordon out of the way and broke Gordon fans like lives apart. Oh my god.
wasting the,
Yeah, but I mean the 12
Throwing beers on the
McMurray
track
fans
again.
would be happy.
That would have been amazing.
Yep,
Remember-
there's one of them.
Yeah, but that's just one of those things that like
Walked
that just
right into
doesn't
that.
happen. There's no way if McMurray does that, then like
He would have gotten so much hate, it would not
Dude,
even be funny.
Oh my god.
Everyone would have been confused as hell because no one expects that from him.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't terrible ever at Martinsville, just he was never a contender at Martinsville.
He always started well, I feel like.
And then
But
he just
never
faded.
like finish it off. I've watched races where like he starts like top 5 and then he just fades.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
That's the McMurray. That's what you do. You start up front
But
and fade.
McMurray was clutch in like all of his wins. He was
McMurray and
amazing.
William Byron are the
Well,
exact same players.
who's not clutch in a win though, Troy? Like you have to be clutch if you're gonna win a race.
Well,
That-
yeah, but like
Byron's not
McMurray
clutch.
wanted like much.
Yeah, that's why Byron hasn't won.
Yeah, cannot believe he's still on
Byron
the
needs
top
the
ride.
boot. I mean, people are trying to compare him to Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. I'm like,
you
at
look
least
at-
Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott was a championship contender in 2017. He wasn't bad in 2016. That was his rookie year, technically.
Mhm.
Yes,
He was gonna make
but he
the
made
round
it.
8.
I might.
Yeah,
throw a
he made it.
Yeah,
curveball
and
here.
then you know,
I've,
your boy Denny.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
That was.
I
Thanks, Dennis.
he's
Yeah.
been-
I forgive Denny
yeah,
now
yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't like Chase Elliott anymore.
I'm gonna go back to the Byron thing. I was thinking, what if? Yeah, this would be out of nowhere, but Byron to the 37 with the Hendrick Alliance.
Honestly, like
Wow.
That might
I
be-
haven't
I didn't
thought
even
about
think
that.
about that. Wow.
Because then
I
Hendrick
mean-
could downsize to a 3-car team, put Jones in the 24 or whatever number they're gonna put it as, and then they don't have to worry about sponsorship for the final car. And I mean, Byron has 5 top 5s, 6 top 5s in his 99, 100 races he's raced in. He's had
That's like
6
JTG
poles.
levels.
Yeah, he's had 6 poles, but I'm pretty sure in
Dude.
all those runs he's finished outside the top 15.
You take his first X amount of races, or however many he's ran right now, and you put him up against Chase's first amount.
It's
And
not even a
everyone needs to-
competition.
No, it's not even. I don't know why people think they can compare the two.
Well, I mean, I think people just get hyped. when they
5
see
top
the
5s
24.
and 95 starts. That's wild.
Oh
2
my god.
seconds, 2 fourths, and a 5th.
Well, I mean, who could you compare him to realistically? I feel like you
Larson.
could compare him
Suarez.
to
Larson.
yeah. I mean, I think Suarez had potential still. I just think he was rushed into Cup and then could never just handle it at the time.
Compared to
He was also
JJ
paired with
Yeley
pretty
back in 2018.
bad teams, I guess. Bad crew chiefs.
Yeah. Who was his
Dude,
crew chief?
Suarez
Was
is
it
the
Chris Gale?
underdog of the season.
Was it Chris Gale?
I'll look that up.
Because if it was, that makes a lot of sense. I'm just saying.
I mean, I think Suarez has had an underrated season. Obviously, he's not going to be
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
competing for wins with Gaunt brothers, but I think he's done solid for what he's
He-
he's
worth.
I
finished
think-
above. He's finished above where he started almost every race. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
He's like
Yeah.
So he has only not completed. What is that?
Vegas and Daytona, wasn't it? Because Vegas had the.
No, Vegas. He finished.
malfunction.
He's finished.
He didn't
He's
get
finished
into
every
Daytona,
race. He's finished every race that he's been in this season. He has only not completed of races he's participated in. What is that? 56 laps of the entire season.
Which would be the Daytona 500, I guess.
Well, if
I
you
mean,
add
no,
in
he didn't
that,
make that.
We'll count
if you
that
add in
season
that,
started.
he wasn't in it. So, but still, that is a hell of a stat to have with what team he is running for.
And where is he in points? 28th?
Better than he should be.
I'll pull it up real quick.
He
he
is
is 31st in points.
He
Is
honestly
he
has
ahead
a
of
chance
Ryan Preece?
He has a chance
No,
to.
he is
He's 21 back.
21 back. He's ahead
Yeah.
of Poole, Half.
Half
Well,
just
no
passed
doubt.
Larson this weekend. Half just passed Larson this weekend.
Oh my God, he did it. He did it.
I feel like
It's
we
only
could
because Blaney and Kozlowski wrecked at Michigan. If that didn't happen, he would not have passed him.
Now we're gonna talk about that Matt Kenseth is getting beat by Ty Dillon in points.
I don't want
I'm
to. Okay, well, I mean,
not
Dylan's done
surprised
4
on
more
that
races,
because I've
but-
been kind of on the Ty
I mean,
Dillon like
I don't think-
appreciation band.
I don't think
where-
anyone expected Matt Kenseth to win. I mean, if you expected Matt Kenseth to win in a new package, in a new car that he's never been in with a new crew chief, using Larson's setup, I mean,
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. They are complete opposite drivers.
exactly.
Larson likes running up the wall and running 100%, and Kenseth likes taking care of his equipment. So when you put Larson's setup with Matt Kenseth,
then he's not going to run good.
no. And they thought it was the crew chief's fault, and it's a mixture of both, honestly.
I mean, Chad Johnson wasn't the best crew chief in the garage, but he wasn't terrible. He's not a Chris Gale, who's the worst crew chief in the garage. I hate
By
Chris
the way,
Gale.
Suarez did not have Chris Gale. He had Scott Graves.
Oh,
I don't know.
Scott Graves
Oh.
currently crew chief
That's a
for
name I haven't heard.
Newman.
yeah.
For Newman, oh yeah.
Yeah, and he actually crew chief Suarez and Buescher to their Xfinity championships.
Oh,
That's
wow.
probably why they brought him up.
Yeah, because he
Well,
worked
If
with
combo works in
Suarez, but-
Xfinity, you can try it out.
So Suarez points just rushed. That was his main thing.
Yeah,
And
I think
Suarez-
if Suarez were to get another ride, I think I mean, I'm not saying he would contend for wins every week, but he'd be actually not bad.
I
I mean,
could see.
maybe like a Casey Kane kind of career. Sorry to compare him to like Kane or something,
No,
but
that's
like,
disrespectful to Kane. I don't even like him.
Like,
I feel
what?
That's disrespect.
like I'm not saying he'll have like an equal career to Kane, but be like a playoff contender most years.
He'd be a
Like,
McMurray more than a
Yeah,
Casey.
that I was about to say. the
Yeah,
exact same
yeah,
thing.
okay, yeah, that makes probably more sense. But I mean, I don't see him having a terrible career in the end if he can get a good ride.
Oh yeah, if he can get something that gives him like some type of speed. I mean, all right, okay, hang on. We gotta finish Daytona, and then we'll get to what I was gonna say because it relates to an
We've had
extreme
one
amount.
Crazy talk.
Yeah, this has been a good one. I've
This is
really
probably
enjoyed
my
this.
fault for getting on. This is probably my fault.
No,
It's
we
honestly
needed
a
this
good
stuff.
thing. Yeah. So
We
that
need-
is
We
great.
needed this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Um,
Harvick? Harvick having the worst possible day and then still finishing 17th. That
You know
was.
why?
That's some Harvick luck right there.
Yeah, I
just-
was gonna say that's
Yeah.
perfect.
2020.
It's because he was running a
Harvick.
special scheme. That's what it was. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
I mean,
Even
just
though he
like-
had bad luck, he still got a decent
Hey,
finish out of it.
if we're talking about Harvick schemes, we must talk about the Darlington one. That one is sick. I love
Oh
it.
my god. As a Darlington throwback, it's not
Yeah, it's
good.
bad
But
as
as
a
a
throwback, but in
but
terms
as
of
a
a scheme,
scheme,
It's
oh my god, it's
sick.
beautiful.
Dude, his
It's
throwback
beautiful.
is amazing. What?
I think it's my second favorite. I think it's my second favorite behind the Mike Lynette or Oreo throwback. That's nice.
All right, well, that's two different series, but yeah,
Yeah.
You can still
those
compare.
two. Yeah,
If we're
those two
talking
are
Cup
definitely
Series, then
supreme.
it's definitely my
Hey,
favorite.
hey, I called the Michael in that one before it was announced. I said that in the
You
chat.
did. I'm like, no way, it's gonna be the Oreo, and then all of a sudden
Mhm.
they say Oreo scheme. I'm like, oh well,
Yep.
that's nice.
Yep.
While we're talking about paint schemes, I think whoever makes the schemes for Bush deserves a raise. Like every single one
Oh,
he's
yeah.
done is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
Even the like ones that were meant to be a joke, like the generation, like Gen Z and
Oh,
Gen X ones were
the
funny.
Gen X
The
car was
millennial.
pretty awesome. Or yeah.
Yeah, I think the millennial one was the pink one. It was a meme,
Yeah.
but I think it actually didn't look terrible. The
It
Gen
didn't look
X,
terrible.
Gen
The
X
Gen
was
X looked great.
one of my favorite schemes of last
Mhm.
season, behind every Truex scheme. But
Imagine the guy making that bet.
yeah. And then what schemes does he have this year? He had the corn one, which is beautiful. He had this one that he ran.
His Indy Patriotic was amazing.
Dude, his Indy Patriotic
Yeah,
car
the
was
apple.
beautiful.
That was nice.
Chris's
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
drink, Bush Light
His
apple.
Okay,
apple.
that
What
was
about
actually pretty sweet to see. Dude,
Bush
I
Light
was at
apple?
work. I was
What
at
about his
work
Pocono
that
one?
next day. Or,
Oh yeah, Head for the Mountains, I think it's called.
yeah,
that was
something like
Yeah,
that.
that was
Cool.
mad.
But
They also
that
had
Apple
his.
one, I was at work 2 days later, and the Anheuser Busch rep comes in that takes the order for everything. So I was like, "Hey, did you see the Busch Light apple car swept the weekend at Michigan?" And he was like, "Ah, word I can't say in this." And I was like, "Yep." And he was like, "That's gonna be hard to get out to stores now." I'm like, "Good luck."
Yeah, he's had some amazing schemes even last year. He had the Ducks Unlimited, which was beautiful.
Ooh.
He had the Harvick beer scheme, which was it was a nice twist. I didn't mind it. He had the New
The
Hampshire.
Cardican.
Yeah, Cardican,
Cardican.
which was
Yeah,
nice.
Cardican. That was sweet.
I
He
gotta
also had
fucking-
his Clash car this season, which was nice. He
Yeah.
had
Hashtag Pit for Bush or something.
Pit for Bush, yeah. And then last season at New Hampshire, he had the Big Buck or whatever it's called.
Yeah, my
No,
friend
his
in-
big buck was Darlington.
His Big Buck
Big
was
Buck was
Darlington.
Darlington.
The
That was
Ducks
nice too.
Unlimited
He had
was
some
New
kind of
Hampshire.
like, yeah.
No, Ducks
friend-
Unlimited was Texas, I thought.
Maybe it was both.
Okay,
Yeah,
we gotta.
could've been.
I'll find
He's
it.
had so many schemes. He's had so many great schemes,
Kevin
though. It's
Harvick,
kind of
2019 New Hampshire.
Yeah, my friend and I were talking about this. We were like, has Harvick actually ever had a bad scheme? Like we were going through the Shell Pennzoil one. I'm a bit tired of, but it's not a bad scheme. But then we were thinking like Jimmy John's was a bit plain, but I like the mobile one, or not mobile one. Sorry, well that one's fine. But Budweiser, I like that one. Outback Steakhouse, that was another cool one. And I don't know,
Loudon
Porky-
was the National Forest Foundation.
National Forest, yeah.
Oh, they're basically the same
Oh.
thing.
Big
all
Buck
green.
Yeah, they were
Hunter
pretty
was
close, weren't they?
Darlington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ducks
That was a
Unlimited
beautiful scheme. I also
Oh,
like
yeah.
his Mobile One Black scheme. That's nice.
Oh,
His Hunt
dude, that
Brothers.
scheme is slick.
His
Hunt
Hunt
Brothers has only
Brothers.
been on the car like once this season.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was
No,
only at
it's been a
Phoenix.
few. No, Bristol too. He's on that
Oh
Bristol.
no, Jimmy Johns was the one that
Jimmy John's was only on
pulled back a lot.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy John's is nice too. See, he doesn't have any bad schemes.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'd
that's-
honestly say his worst scheme.
2018. I was more of a fan of 2017 one than 20.
Oh no, I'm just trying
2018.
to think of like
What,
a
his
scheme
2018
that
what?
of his that was bad.
I didn't
can't
like the
even
Bush
think of
Light
a bad
schemes.
one.
I didn't like the Bush Light schemes. They were too light for me. Like it was a
That's
bunch of
because
shades of
they're-
blue.
It's because it's light
that's-
beer.
It's
That's
the
the point.
design of the can.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
basically take the can's design and put it on.
I will
Yeah, I
say
know.
the
I just-
one
I
no
just
the
didn't
paint
like it.
the paint schemes I didn't like this year were the ones with the people's faces on it. Obviously, it's a cool promotion, but like I found it kind of ruined the paint scheme.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's kind of like
It's
no one
different.
expected that to be an
Yeah.
amazing scheme.
Yeah. I'd say probably his worst like scheme.
Primary
Yeah, worst primary. Probably
is 2018 Freaky Fast Ford. I didn't like that.
No, what
I
was
wasn't
his?
much of a fan.
I didn't like.
He
his,
had like a bad Pennzoil scheme that he ran like a couple of times or something like that. Like he would run it a couple of times a season.
I'm probably
What
too
about his
young to remember
Outback
that.
Steakhouse schemes? Those schemes were nice
Yeah, that one
too.
was nice.
They were nice.
Yeah.
I'd honestly say those were probably like lower tier though compared to like recent years.
The die
Well,
tech
yeah.
one was nice. The blue and black die
Yeah.
tech.
Mhm.
I think the only one I probably haven't liked was when he was in Nationwide and got sponsored by Textron. Like it was like a
Oh
like
yeah,
silver and
I
blue.
know
That
what you're
one was
talking
a bit.
about.
That
Yeah,
was a bit meh, but like I
but in
mean, one
terms of
out of
Cup,
like
he's always
15
had
was
like
yeah, always.
great schemes.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Should we talk about the Roval now? The Daytona
I mean, we
Roval.
gotta finish. We gotta finish it. We're about
We gotta
halfway
finish
through.
Cup.
Yeah, we still gotta
Anyways,
finish Cup.
I'm sure
um,
Troy wants to talk about it.
yeah.
Kyle.
So
What about
Yeah, I
Chase
kind
Kyle
of want to
Busch?
talk about it too.
What about
Chase gets
Kyle
the
Busch? I
lead.
mean,
Kyle gets up the second before his brakes die on him,
Mhm.
and so he comes to pit road and stuff like that, and Chase gaps the field later by like it was like 10
12
seconds after
seconds.
the
Yeah.
stops were coming to the end, and then Kyle after coming back out, he's like 6 laps down around there,
Mhm.
and his brakes fail again, or he blows a tire or something,
He
and
blew a
Blew him.
right rear.
I think he
He
blew
blew a
up
right
rear.
both.
something happened.
Yeah.
In the end, Kyle just crashed out of the race, and it sent it for an overtime. I think it was overtime, and
No, it was like 3 to go, 4 to go, I think.
It ended up being 3 to
uh,
go. Yeah, they had
3
three
to go,
laps.
yeah.
in all, it went so slow for me that I didn't even know. I don't think I breathed for the last like 3 laps. But yeah, Chase held off Denny. Denny
Whoa,
kept
cool.
braking late in the corners, and that's how he would get the Chase. But like Chase would have to drive off and stuff like that. And Denny,
I think giving Denny Hamlin one more lap, I think Hamlin would have got him. Hamlin was right there heading into turn one. If they
Hamlin was
had one more
chasing
lap,
him down.
Yeah.
Hamlin was chasing him down.
Hamlin was on
He
his
was
back
stalking
bumper.
him.
If
Yeah.
Hamlin, if we all know if Hamlin had the chance, he would have moved him, and it would have been in turn 1 too, and then he would have just drove away. It was kind of an anticlimactic finish. The race was so hyped up for it
it
to
kind
be.
of was, but I
Dude,
didn't
It
care
wasn't.
since Chase ended up winning it. So
I think the racing as a whole for the weekend was honestly pretty solid. Everyone just hyped it up too much. They expected it to be a
Yeah.
crash
I mean,
fest,
what can you
and
do?
for all the
What can you
casuals to
do?
have too much fun watching
yeah,
it.
it was like
I mean,
unexpected.
what do you
So like we didn't know what to expect. We were just like
I mean,
throwing
what
out
do you
stuff.
expect? I mean, we had the 2018, which was the introduction of the Charlotte Roval, which was one of the best races of the decade, and people really compared it to that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not
I
every
think
you got it.
oval is gonna be the same. It's not the same layout. It's like
no,
Yeah,
it's it. You need to have more finesse and skill. I feel like with this track, even though the corners might not be as technical as the Roval, but with how flat and how the Florida air messes up just
Yeah.
about everything this time of the year, it takes a lot more out of the driver being a good driver than it does anything else with the
Yeah.
racing at all. It really showcased how well the stock car driver, the NASCAR stock car drivers compared to, IMSA and all of them can really do on a road course like that.
I think overall the race wasn't bad, but I would say it didn't meet expectations.
yeah, I would
Nah.
say if I had to use one word, I'd say underwhelming. I was expecting
Yeah,
it
yeah,
definitely
underwhelming.
a lot more
Was
was expected.
I
and
kind of
they
saw it
delivered.
coming because like the Daytona road course in general doesn't have many passing zones.
It has plenty of passing zones. I don't know what you're
Besides the
talking about.
oval, the chicanes, but like you go into like the infield section, there's not many. Like the little bit of like the kink in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you don't see them passing
the
there a lot
turn
in
into the
sports cars either.
oval isn't you can't really like pass that much. You kind of like got to get a run off to be able to pass.
I mean,
the
unless you
oval
had the
section,
best
which is-
car.
I feel like we saw a
Yeah.
lot of people getting that pass set up there, and then we saw them making it throughout the oval turns.
Yeah.
So I think that's all about exiting
Unless you
that
had
corner.
the best car, like Cindric did, or like Elliott or Hamlin did, I don't think the infield was a passing place for you because we saw Cindric pass it left and right on when he was not leading. He was passing left and right on throughout the infield. He could pass anywhere. He was just that good. But if you didn't have a fast car, you weren't passing anyone on the infield. That's just how it was.
Yeah. Then, aside from Chase putting on a road course clinic again, we saw at the end, or we didn't see it on the cameras because NBC's coverage, but anyway, um, entering turn 1, final lap, Joey went for a hole that wasn't there, but Bowman could have gave a slight bit more room.
Yeah,
No,
but
because
Bowman was already. I think
Logano
Bowman was
went
already.
low in turn 1. He went
Yeah,
under
Logano went
the line.
stupidly low.
Yeah, that was a desperate move.
Bowman was already going to the pass, and he was to the inside of Bubba, and that's why I don't think it's Bowman's fault. I do not like Logano, but like even I'm saying like it was clearly more Logano's fault. It was probably like 70-30 for each, maybe 80-20, 80 for
Yeah.
Logano, 20 for Bowman. Bowman could have left more room, but I don't think he expected Logano to send it right into the corner. So I mean,
if you see a
racing
22 in your mirror, you should expect something.
Yeah, you expect
not
some kind of like
wise.
send from Logano.
Yeah.
Especially at the end of the race.
I just think the way he did it just wasn't.
Well,
he
he
just-
nearly hit the pit cone box.
Yeah,
Or he
yeah.
did run it over, something like that.
Thanks
That
for
was
Bubba
funny.
Wallace for going to 8th to
He was
25th.
8th.
Dude,
That
he
would've
had
been
a
big.
great
That would've
finish set up.
That would have been a
Yeah.
big confidence
Would that
booster
be
since he's
3
had
top
so
10s
much.
in a row? Because I know Michigan 1, he
Um,
finished top 10. Did he finish top 10 in Michigan 2?
No, he
No.
dropped.
No, I
back.
don't think he did.
No, because he had a restart to where he dropped back from it.
Yeah, I think he finished like 11th or 12th or something.
Oh my god, he's just 4 top 10s this season.
But no, Bubba's building momentum. He's just gotta have that luck go his way because that team as a whole is turning it around, which would be great.
I love to see Richard Petty Motorsports to turn it around. Like it's just like
Mhm.
the greatest NASCAR driver of all time. He's not, but
We're not
yeah,
gonna get into that topic.
yeah.
We're not gonna get into that.
But like the king, as they call him, to have a terrible race team just doesn't make any sense. You know?
It's been that case for 20 years,
It's so
25
weird.
years.
Yeah.
Even after years,
cough, Brian.
when they had Labonte and Andretti, even Labonte, they could actually have like top 15 runs easily.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like now it's like they're celebrating top 20s, and it's like that's even like was kind of rare. And
I mean, now they're celebrating top 10.
Yeah,
so
they're
I mean,
getting
that's
there. I
good.
think
they're going places.
It's been a huge step in the right direction.
Where's he?
Yeah.
21st in points. Fun fact: all rookies are in the top 20 in points. So
They
that's
finally made it.
not how.
No.
Not Pool.
Not how.
no, like the
Pool,
three,
not
the
Hemrick,
three
or not
main.
Hemrick,
I'm talking about the
Nemechek.
3 main rookies: Bell, Custer,
Okay, you
and
said
Reddick.
every rookie, sorry.
I worded that wrong, but I mean Bell top 20 in points. He's been doing recently
So
really good.
He's had a
last
big.
year.
He's done a lot better. Besides
Yeah.
besides like spinning Harvick in at Daytona.
Yeah.
Speaking of young drivers, we could talk about Kaz Grala. Very good.
Oh my
Dude,
God!
yes.
What a great run!
Yeah, for real. First start out, he goes out and finishes 7th. What?
And it was no fluke.
He was running
like top 15
Yeah.
all race,
Mhm.
and then he takes advantage of the restart.
I'm not saying get this man a full-time cup ride, but I'm saying get this man a road course ringer kind of ride for RCR.
Road course,
Get him
full-time
full-time
Cup,
yeah,
and
that's-
full-time
yeah.
Xfinity. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hands down.
I think people are jumping the gun a bit. I was seeing a lot of comments on Twitter under RCR's post about expanding to a 3-car team. I don't think they're quite.
Mm-mm.
I don't think.
Oh
he's
no,
quite
they're
ready.
not ready for that.
Yeah.
He's not ready for that. But if he could
No,
do
but-
something like Boris
Yeah.
said, and run certain road courses,
Yeah,
then
we've
I
seen
mean that'd be
Grala
cool.
good.
Give him
We
the
saw
48.
him almost win in Canada if it wasn't for Cindric. I'm still
Yeah.
pretty mad about that, but I mean, yeah.
That was how many years
Cindric.
ago now?
I hated
I
that.
think it was 2017.
17.
Yeah, it was 17
Yeah.
because that's the year Truex won the championship. Oh my God, that's such a great year. I wish we could go back to 2017.
I'd rather not.
Sure.
Okay, bud.
Well,
Anyway.
while we're talking about Truex, how many thirds has he had now in a row? It's crazy.
5.
4? 5?
I'm saying
Five.
it.
6?
People 5.
Consistency.
People are underestimating him. Yes, he doesn't have Cole Pearn anymore, but he's finished 3rd 5 times in a row at different tracks: Michigan,
All
Kansas.
completely different.
I mean,
Yeah,
he also doesn't have more than 1 win, so I don't know about underestimating.
Yeah, but people just haven't been talking. Everyone talks about Denny Hamlin and Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick for good reason. I mean, they've been the best two at least. Keselowski's been kind of inconsistent, but
Keselowski's still the third guy, I think, no matter
yeah,
which way you
Keselowski's the
break it
third
down.
guy. But I think if you're picking a fourth guy, as of now, Truex has probably the best or the most consistent, at least, I'd say.
As of now, I'd take Truex. I think in the playoffs, if I had to pick a fourth, I'd probably take Blaney.
Yeah. I mean, I think the championship four will wind up something like Harvick, Hamlin, Blaney, Truex, or Blaney, Keselowski, Truex, something like that.
I don't see
gonna be-
Blaney
I don't see-
going that far right now.
No,
He's kind of
not with
slowed
his
it.
luck.
I
His
could
luck has
see
been
that.
complete
His luck.
garbage.
I can see
Yeah.
Logano pulling off another Final Four.
I don't see Logano pulling off
Better, you
another
better
Final Four.
not.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I
but
don't
he
see-
does this every year. He disappears in the summer and then comes back.
Yeah. I don't see
He
Chase
hits that
Elliott
summer
either.
slump.
He has that one win. He has his 2 wins at Charlotte and the Daytona Road Course, obviously. But I mean, he's been pretty good. He led laps at Michigan. He almost won that race. But
I
it's
mean,
knew
the
he wouldn't have.
schedule
He's all-
favors him, but at the same time,
I think sometimes Chase
Elliott
Elliott.
luck.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like a Bowman. He's either running top 5 the whole race, or he's running.
Oh, you can't compare
outside
those
the top
two.
10.
I'm gonna stop
I mean,
you right there. You can't
Yeah,
compare
I can't
those
compare
two.
them. But like in terms of not in terms of finishing results, but in terms of like consistency, not even that, but like just comparing them, Bowman is either running top 5 or he's outside the top 20, which is weird. He's like 16th in points without his win. And then Chase Elliott, I feel like I'm pretty sure he's outside of 16th in points. He's
12th.
outside the top 10.
He's 12th.
He's 12th. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I was
he's
gonna
outside-
say.
yeah,
I
I was
sorry.
about to freak out for a second. I was thinking, what?
Yeah, I knew
No
he was
way
outside the
has
top
this
10.
man dropped this far.
But Chase Elliott is either running inside the top 5 or outside the top 10.
The past couple weeks he's been running top 5 all race.
Oh, yeah.
And then something happens where he just falls out, bad
Yeah.
restarts or something like that, and he just falls out of the top 10. He finishes like 12, 13.
Yeah.
He's like Kyle Busch in the season. He falls on stage points,
Oh yeah.
but like he can't get the finishes that they need.
Yeah.
If we see
But-
Chase at Phoenix, we're gonna see a very stressed out Troy. If Chase makes it to the Final Four, Troy is gonna be stressing.
Troy's gonna be
I think
bugging
if Chase
for a
makes it-
week.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think if Chase makes it to the Final Four, I think
That's a
I've
good
never
season.
said this
That's
before.
a
I think I
successful season.
no, I think I see him as the championship. Like I legitimately do. Harvick
Yeah.
hasn't been that good at Phoenix recently. I mean, he's been good, but he hasn't been Kevin Harvick dominant at Phoenix.
Chase was like a tad better than Harvick this
Yeah.
early in the season at Phoenix.
Denny
Yeah,
Chase just has
Hamlin
to
Harvick
just
watch out.
Still there.
Chase just has to watch out for Bowman and Reddick to ruin his show if
I mean,
he makes it to Phoenix.
Denny Hamlin, he is just Denny Hamlin. So I mean, we all figure he's gonna
He's
make
gonna
the
choke
championship
it.
four.
He's gonna make it to the Final Four, and then something dumb's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
because
feel-
it's
I
Denny
feel-
Hamlin.
Yeah,
gonna
I
be like-
honestly feel
it's
like this
gonna
is
be
not
like-
his year still. Even after
It's
5
not
years.
gonna be. I think this is gonna be like 2019 and 2018. The dominant people in the whole season are just not gonna win it. I don't see Harvick winning it, and I don't see Hamlin winning it this season. I think it'll be one of the other two, whether it be Keselowski, somehow Blaney, Elliott, Truex, Logano, whoever else.
If it comes down to Denny and Chase at the end of the Phoenix race, it's going to be pretty interesting.
Bumper
Don't
to the
put
back
that-
of the 11. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Upper to the back of the 24. Such a great
Elliott
moment for the sport.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
But
Besides
with
the
speaking of the
package,
future,
amazing.
with speaking of the future and all of that fun stuff, we've gotten some news from NASCAR itself about
Oh,
Cole Custer going and
Oh, test?
testing the next gen car at Dover. And with that, a few things that have been noted as of late that haven't gotten a lot of attention.
They've
had,
only tested young drivers.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
like
noticed
Eric
that.
Jones, Austin Dillon.
he can't do any
Yeah.
worse than Byron.
And then Logano. I'm pretty sure they tested Logano, but he's
Logano
only
did
like,
test
what,
it.
32, 33? So
I
he's still,
think he recently turned 30. He's still
Yeah,
like,
he's still
pretty
young.
still young.
You gotta remember, he came into the
Yeah, he came in.
Sport
Sport at
was it?
18.
yeah.
He was the youngest winner.
Yeah, he was 19 when he came into the sport.
Is he still the youngest winner in the sport history?
Yeah,
I
he
think
is.
Haley was
No,
Haley
no, no,
younger.
No, he's still the
No.
Logano's still the younger.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think Haley's
Logano
third.
turned 30.
Haley's
Yeah.
third on the.
But with that news of that happening, there are a few things that were released about the car in terms of the chassis. They're all going to be made the same. So Rick Ware cars are going to have the same
Joe
chassis
Gibbs.
as Joe Gibbs and Penske and all of them. There's going to be a 6-speed sequential transmission. So like with the Australian V8 cars, the way their shifter is, it's all like you keep like going like that basically, or you keep like, jolting it down or jolting it up to change the gear and all that. So that'll be interesting. And then a German wheel manufacturer by BBS. A lot of people in terms of when it comes to customizing their cars and such know them. They're the ones that are making those single nut wheels for the cars in the Cup Series. So that'll be interesting to see that, how everything's coming together.
I think people are going to take this weirdly, but I don't. Even with them all being built on the same chassis, it's not going to make that big of a difference. It's going to save money for a lot of teams, but like we're not going to see Rick Ware Racing competing for wins every week.
No, not at all.
It sucks for the younger, smaller teams to just have no chance against the bigger teams. But I mean, we saw Furniture Row Racing went from a small team to a championship team. Same with Levine Family Racing. So, I mean, anything can happen, but, I mean, unless Joe Gibbs decides to pick up another small team, it's just the
what
big...
we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah, that is true. With Floyd Mayweather or whoever it was.
Jordan.
With Michael Jordan, yes. Jordan.
Yeah. No, that's a possibility.
I could see it happening, but, like, no, I don't.
Yeah, but with that...
should we do picks?
Daytona. Oh, we gotta do picks. Let's get some picks out of here. Who do we think's gonna win?
Who's gonna win?
Wait,
who's gonna win?
Wait, are we doing picks for both races because it's a doubleheader?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do underdog picks or just race win picks?
Just
you can do who's gonna struggle and who's gonna win.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
Chris, you start.
All right. So who do I think's gonna struggle this weekend? I'm gonna go with the obvious one and pick Kyle.
Oh, you took mine.
Both races because it's Kyle Busch in 2020. And then who do I think's gonna win? I'm gonna go Jimmy race 1. I'm gonna be bold. Go Jimmy race 1, and then I'm gonna go Chase race 2.
Nice strokes.
All
right.
I could dream. Nick, what about you?
I don't know. I think struggles. I'm gonna say Kurt race 1. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna pick Truex race 2.
Bro, no, don't do that to me.
And then race winners, I'm gonna say Keselowski race 1, and I think I'm gonna go Harvick race 2.
Should I go? I'll go.
Yeah.
For my struggles, this is hard. I mean, not really. I think race 1 is going to be struggled a lot by Alex Bowman. Bowman's just not had it this year, other than his win at Fontana and his good run at Vegas. He's just not had it. I think Bowman struggles race 1. In race 2, I'm going to pick another Hendrick Chevy. I think Byron's going to struggle, and this will put the cut line very close. I think Byron could even DNF or something like that happen because he's had bad luck. But those are my struggles. My race 1, I think Truex gets it done. I think he has had 5 third place finishes in a row. I think this is going to lead to consistency, or he's just going to get another third place finish in a row. So it's going to be one of the two. I think he wins race 1. I think race 2, I'm going to have to agree with Nick and say Kevin Harvick gets it done race 2.
Wow. All right. I'm gonna say struggles. Race 1, I said a brain fart. I see like Joey Logano struggling in race 1, and like also of course Byron struggling. It's gonna close the cut line. I've never seen Byron as like a guy that's like notable at like a Dover or whatever. So
I've never seen Byron as a notable guy ever.
yeah, anywhere. But yeah, I'll see them struggle. Race 1, I see Harvick, and race 2, I see Truex.
Why?
Yeah, why not?
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a wild weekend. We got the Indy 500 too. We had Marco
Yeah.
Andretti win the pole, but that's a whole
So
other
cool.
conversation.
So cool.
We'll
So
wrap that up next week.
Who's your race
Talk
winners?
about-
Hinchcliffe gonna win.
Hinchcliffe won in the 500. Is that what you said?
I can
That'd be
hopeful.
sweet.
I can be
But
hopeful.
I'd love to see Marco go flag to flag. Not gonna lie, seeing
I want
Andretti
to
get
see
back in victory
Marco.
lane.
I mean, Marco
Yeah.
doesn't win
The
that
man,
much,
the
so-
man's done like nothing the last like 5 years.
Mhm.
So hopefully this is like something that like takes his career back where it was or something like that.
I want Hinchcliffe to win just because it means he probably gets a full-time ride back next year. 'cause
That'd be
he got-
sweet. I'd love
he-
to see
Also,
that.
He got ripped by Arrow McLaren. How they basically just like terminated his contract. I mean, this is a whole
Troy's battery
topic,
died.
but oh,
Oh, that's an ad.
Dang.
Did he say his
so-
picks?
Yeah, he did.
yeah, he did.
I don't remember who they were though. I know he said something
Well, I mean,
about
I guess-
Truex winning the
I
second
guess we
race.
should. I guess we should wrap it up. Then.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming on this week. Got to talk Pintys, got to talk about a little bit of everything basically. And yeah, any closing thoughts?
No, I think I'm
No,
excited for Dover. I think they'll be solid races. I'm not expecting anything too amazing, but I think it'll be.
Yeah,
good.
I'm not expecting a great race, but I mean, I think they'll be decent races. What's the worst thing that could happen? Joey Logano or Chase Elliott wins? Like,
But, all right. Yeah, well, yeah, thank you guys for coming on, and
Yeah, thanks.
hopefully
for having
Troy's
me.
not.
yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for having us. This was fun.
Yeah, this is definitely
Yeah,
fun. We'll definitely have to get you guys back on here. Maybe when we do like silly season or something like that, or
Oh yeah,
So-
that'll be a good one.
But all right, guys, we'll see you.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.